What's up, people? I am live and I've got earphones in, which means I don't know if these are working. So tell me if you can hear them. And I just saw a video came out now from Dr. Andrew Kaufman where we spoke about electric cars. I hope it's working. Somebody tell me if you can hear me, please. Anyway, Dr. Andrew Kaufman just had this video out and it was very good. He asked me intelligent questions. We spoke obviously about electric cars and society and economy and background and things like this. So he was really pleased with that. And he also edited the video really nicely and put that out. So check it out, Dr. Andrew Kaufman. Give me one moment. I'm actually putting this up here. But the purpose of today is one, I thought I should go live. I thought this would be a more fun way for us to connect. And I am seeing you guys writing stuff, doing the best I can to stay intelligent with actually talking and doing that. But I look forward to connect with you guys and answer any questions and have a two-way conversation for once. It's more fun. But anyway, so two things: automotive YouTube, crash out, angry political rant YouTube, both of which I have done and have been doing. They're exhausting. Automotive YouTube is retarded and not the real world. That's why I frankly left VinWiki at the end. Those people don't want to live in the real world. And I couldn't take it anymore. That's not a slight on them. That's how they make their money and have their power. They surf the algorithm. But I just didn't want to do it anymore. And automotive YouTube requires investing heavily in cars and spending mass amounts of time working on cars and then mass amounts of time viewing videos. So unless you fall only within a particular niche, it's not a worthwhile business effort. You're not going to get a return on the investment to warrant it. And respectfully, I could give a flying F about being more famous, or I don't need this for my interpersonal way. Um, yeah, guys. So I see what you're writing. I appreciate it. Um, thank you. I'll do my best to see some stuff. Obviously, if you throw I think a super chat in there, it's easy to see. So if you got something you really want to think about and ask, hit me up there and I'll do my best to converse with you guys. So automotive YouTube, I just couldn't. I just couldn't anymore, guys. I came from building, real cars and racing cars and being in the real world where your stuff actually has to work. Like my 944 here, I need to get it together because I need a car to drive. Like I'm actually a person. So it's in my home garage. In fact, my laptop is sitting on my tool bench here. So wasn't trying to flex with the car in the back. It's just because the tool bench is my desk. This is like my office. Um, I have an industrial heater, a little TV, all my tools, and I'm close to a coffee maker. And my wife coming in. Do you want to come in? I'm live. I'm. It's okay. What do you got? That could be nice. But see, it's live. Okay, you know what I want, right? Um, no, no soup. But may I have a chocolate chip muffin? Thank you. See, it's live. So that right there is the door to the house. What's up, Resurrection Garage? I appreciate it, man. How you doing, by the way? Omega car looks good. And this man also, before I owned it, did some paint work on my wife's car, which is cool. It's doing well. It looks good. Anyway, guys, yeah, pastries are the way to my heart. I'm a man of simple means. An espresso and pastries, or French coffee or cappuccino. I don't care if it sounds fancy. I like that. In fact, sidebar joke. The first big sailboat race I did as a captain, like on my own boat, and I'm the one in charge, which is kind of crazy. It was the 100th running of the Mills Trophy race on Lake Erie. You sail into the night, and whatever happens, happens. Western Lake Erie can be some of the most dangerous waters in the world. Fortunately, we didn't have that condition, but it was blowing pretty good. Anyway, a buddy of mine, Army Ranger, was sailing with me. And when we got on our first leg and everything's going pretty well, and I got the helm, and it's a little, it takes some effort, but not enough that you can't like be on like one leg, like heeling over and doing. He's like, "Hey man, I'm gonna get something to eat. What do you want?" And I'm like, "Give me a chocolate croissant, a clementine, and a Belgian raspberry lambic beer." And he like looks at me like, walks down there, and I just hear him start laughing, and he comes up. He's like, "Dude, I thought you were just BSing me to be hilarious. Like, I can't believe you actually have this crap. I'm like, I don't know. That's what I feel like. I guess I am kind of eccentric, but I am definitely a medium New York strip or sirloin kind of. It's usually sirloin because I'm kind of cheap. I like a sirloin steak, and French fries and a beer. So that's the other way to my heart. Anyway, so you automotive YouTube kind of ridiculous, and the political crash out videos. Uh, I don't know what to tell you guys about that. Hey, how you doing? Prime Rogue Media. I appreciate you saying thank you. Yeah, go Bucks, man. That's all American. I've got big problems with the American educational system, but Ohio State University has got some wholesome, serious tradition. My grandfather didn't miss a home game for 50 years. So got a lot of good family memories there. Goes back 3 generations. Anyway, the political videos, I never expected to do that. A few years back, I couldn't take it anymore. Looking and seeing what's happening in society, I just couldn't take it anymore. So made a couple of phone calls to people I knew that were connected to federal level, like politics. And actually, I was just gonna say this. It's gonna sound funny, because I effing hate them now. I actually thought years ago, I was looking at the Daily Wire growing, and I was thinking, man, they have nobody that can do like industry, the automobile, military stuff, nothing. I'm like, I'm that guy. And so I called him like, hey, you know anybody at Daily Wire? Because I couldn't stand watching what was happening with culture during the Biden years. Like we were just being destroyed. And which is funny because the Daily Wire is absolute revolting Israeli propaganda garbage. And I think the most entertaining and best value of it all is trying to get Matt Walsh to quit. So if anybody wants to continue heckling Matt Walsh until eventually he quits, like I want to know, like, why is he still there? Is he making that much money? He's just selling his soul out, and that's okay, or does he have like a legal leash on from Ben? Like, get back to work, Matt Walsh. Anyway, so that's funny. Yeah, Daily Wire sucks. It's a shame because they did a lot of good things, but they've just shown all their real true cards. That's the way I feel. Canadian married into Bucks family after OSU PhD. Very good. Howdy, Prime. Uh, much appreciated. Anywho, oh, you're on it. Bootlicker. Yeah, get him. Let's heckle Matt Walsh. You don't have to be mean. I like to do things like, hey, Matt, when are you going to quit Daily Wire? We're keeping your soul warm for you out here. See, it's kind of clever. It's mean. It gets in there. It gets past the riffraff, and that's that. But I just feel like we're doing a service to society by getting Matt to quit. We'll see what he says if he does. Anyway, keep being me. I appreciate that. Thank you. And this gentleman here, what's up? Crap out. I like that. Good morning from Las Vegas, sir. I'm so excited at the idea of you doing lives. I've got family in Butler, looking to get out there next summer. You and Joel Salatin are the main voices of the people I listen to. Well, I appreciate that, sir. Thank you. Okay, so the political crash out videos. Can you hear my wife's car starting? It's got side pipes. Yeah. Anyway, um, you ever hear about method actors? You know what I mean? Like they stay in character the whole time, and it makes them crazy. Like I think Heath Ledger was a method actor. Tell me if you guys know. Give me some method actors. I think I was hearing like Jack Nicholson tried to warn Heath Ledger before he whacked himself, about like, don't you going too deep, dude. I doing these videos where I like super intellectually deep dive into AI to find out what's wrong with it and get it back on the guardrails with like logic and stuff. It's exciting to find out where it's lying and the horrors going on, but like that'll make you crazy. And when I do these videos, I think about them for like a week straight and I'm stewing on it. Like my wife will just hear me and I'll be like, "Grr, grr, grr, grr." I'll just be like walking by saying like random half sentences because I'm thinking these things in my head. So hopefully I don't do that in public because I must look like a lunatic. Anyway, Prime Rogue. I think it's Prime Rogue Media. Doesn't say the rest. I don't agree with everything Casey says, but he offers some very unique insights that are critical for us regardless of country. I appreciate that. I don't agree with everything everybody says, but I found out when you just realize that both political parties suck hugely, equally, if I mean just horrifically, And you go, wait a minute, I hate all of these people. They're all lying pieces of crap. And then you just think for yourself, you find out everybody kind of agrees. You know, it's like, I'm on a tangent here. I must thank you for your political videos. They are excellent. Thank you, Ricky Emmert. Much appreciated. So the Uniparty, right? We talk about it. It's all Uniparty. Doesn't matter. We're all screwed. I'm like, I don't think I believed that years ago. It still matters. And people are like, it's just two wings of the same bird, two cheeks of the same stinky butthole. Okay, I totally get it now. So, but there's a flip side to it, I'll tell you. The flip side is if everybody gets downtrodden about the Uniparty, which there's so much truth to it, that just keeps everybody depressed, and then the they win. F the they. But I thought about it. That's a two-dimensional picture we're looking at. So flip it over. Flip the picture over and look at it from the backside. Or think of it kind of like a translucent window. If you look at it from the backside, the one side is a Uniparty and we have no control and it's horrible. If you flip it around and look at the other way, you go, wait a minute. There is no right or left. It doesn't exist. There's just people. People have not changed in all society, basically. You know, and if I just look at my own lifetime, growing up in a small town, Ohio, etc. Like, what's changed? Nothing. Everybody still wants a family, a community, friends. They want to work. They want to have some feeling of acceptance in a culture. They want to be able to make their own way, to have their own life, and be able to feel good about themselves, regardless of who they are. But you know what screws it up every time? The damn government. Period. Okay, I'm getting on a rant. Anyway, so let me go back to that. That's the way I look. This is a Uniparty. I mean, there's Uniparty, but the reason there's a Uniparty is looking from the other way. There is no left or right. There's just people. There's just think for yourselves and screw the parties, screw this right, left thinking, and screw everybody that just keeps us in that place. Anyway, let's see. Oh, I should scroll. Hot diggity dog, somebody writes. Prime Rogue Media, you're one of the only YouTubers that has come to realize that the parties don't matter. Populism, left, right, purple is a threat. Existential. Interesting. Populism, left, right, purple is the threat. It's existential. Yeah, I mean, that's all politicians do is they manufacture a problem and pretend to fix it just so they can have another way to take power away from you. It's disgusting. You know, like Vivek Ramaswamy, I hate his guts. He's a Trojan horse. He's manufactured. His scholarships were paid for by Soros money. They did a giant pharma rug pull scheme for him to become wealthy. He's done nothing for anybody. He's done nothing for Ohio. No philanthropy, no businesses, nothing. He's garbage. So the guy just goes around running for office, not getting it, dropping out, like, you know, riding the presidential coattails to keep beating that drum, gets on Doge, then bounces. More power, more of his stupid face everywhere. And it keeps raising his net worth. It's literally leveraging running for office just to raise his net worth. And if we're dumb enough to put him in office, what do you think he's going to do? Exactly what he says. He wants to make Ohio River Valley Silicon Valley, which is code for we're going to put a few hundred data centers in Ohio, and in between the lines, you stupid peasants, which are going to ruin all your water, the aquifers, not just the river, not just Lake Erie, the aquifers, and you dumb peasants are going to subsidize all the electricity costs. And guess what? We're going to get tax abatements for 10 to 15 years, at which point they won't matter anymore. Meanwhile, we're getting hundreds of billions and trillions of dollars worth of power over you dumb peasants. And you dumb peasants are going to pay for everything for the thing which will control you, and we're just going to destroy society. Yeah, that's exactly what that is. Anyway, so the rants and stuff. It's hard for me to do these rants because I don't want to say what's the point, but like, what's the point? What am I doing? Other than us talking and seeing you guys can share it, like, what are we doing? What are we doing? It's like VinWiki. Why do you think I got sick and tired of that? What the hell are they doing? Like, I went on VinWiki back when to get exposure for the nonprofit I was doing because you couldn't get any. And I just used my stupid car stories and told sophomoric, fun, entertaining things. So I could also throw Genius Garage stories in there and get people to care about the nonprofit. Yes, you'll own nothing and be happy. Klaus Schwab, WEF. Viller, AT86, I appreciate it. Klaus Schwab sucks. He doesn't even have the grace of being a cool James Bond villain. He's just a Bond villain in real life. I hate these people. Where was I? So the crash out videos, right? Like we're doing this, but what's the point? Let's look at some of these other talking heads. Hey, guys, name me talking heads. Give me a list, okay? Whether we like them or not, right? You know, Matt Walsh, Ben Shapiro, Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, Tim Pool, I don't know, Anna Kasparian, Young Turks, right? Breaking Point people. Just start naming stuff, whether we like them or not, right? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Why the hell are these talking heads just talking heads? Why don't they do anything? They just get to tickle the fingers of the horrors of society and like poke and pull the nerves of society to make us all hate everything and ourselves so they can make money and do jack shit? What the hell are they doing? What the hell do they stand for? Like, yeah, they bring some things that are important when nobody else will. You know, Candace, people are on her case right now, which seems to be propaganda, just in the same way that, like, you see Israeli propaganda going after Tucker. And honestly, she's her own funky animal. But it's valuable that she's saying and doing the things she is. Because I'm gonna be honest. Let's be honest. This is what I know. The Charlie Kirk assassination has more holes in it than 9/11, and 9/11's a joke. That's all I have to say on it. I think that's all you need to say on it. By the way, I put a different watch on here. I'm gonna wind this. So what the hell are we doing? Talking heads, right? Like where are we going? I just can't really take that anymore. And I think about it, and you know, some of these talking heads will just do like the same topics. Just another version, another version, another version. I'm like, I already talked about that. I said what needed to be said. Watch it again if you want. What am I gonna keep doing this just for the algorithm or try to make some money on the next video? Meanwhile, making stupid videos that we have to have more data centers to destroy everybody's life. Like, why are they shoving data centers up the Midwest rear? Why? Because we have power generation. It's a stopgap measure, and our sucking loser idiot politicians just let it happen. They just open the door for the tech bros and billionaires to ruin all of our lives. That's all it is. That's all it is. They're ruining our lives. Why do you think these data centers, you always hear about, oh, well, you can come to this meeting, but you can't walk in until you sign an NDA form. Why do you think, oh, Michael Knowles, yeah, we'll talk about him to a point. They sign NDA forms. Why do you think all the data centers are basically coming in under the cover of night, so to speak? Like nobody expected this. Nobody saw it. Now they're just happening and people have to fight back now. And then we go, oh crap, that's what Vivek Ramaswamy, he's just here to facilitate more of this crap. But here's the thing. All of our gutless loser politicians, whether they're Republican or Democrat, they let this happen. They don't do shit. Nothing. I'm going to come back to Michael Knowles' thought. Here's something I learned a few years ago at Genius Garage. So Genius Garage is a nonprofit I lead, right? We had all the students there, all the engineering students, everybody, parents and stuff. We did a big event. And there's a program that you can get part of. I forget what it's through. It's like the Points of Light program, the presidential like volunteer service award program. I think it was started by Bush administration, which is kind of neat because it's like one of the few things politically related where you can acknowledge people's work for something objective. Like you donate so many hours and document it to a proper charity that meets the requirements, and you can acknowledge people with like a medal for a year. So if you like donate 100 hours of your work to a charity, you might get acknowledged or et cetera. And it adds up over time. So years ago, we were the volunteers at Genius Garage, people that put in a lot of time that would qualify for some sort of acknowledgement, included our car guy, local, Michael Murray. It included my father, my wife, me. I don't think who else. I might have been it. We're the ones that put in the most time. Anyway, we had the awards, and there was a student that was connected to some kind of state level politicians. I think state level House of Reps and stuff. He's like, yeah, we could get him to come out and like be part of it and like hold the awards and give them. I'm like, okay, cool. That sounds great. So we do that. And even like the local university president comes by and stuff, of which the university is jack squat to help a nonprofit. I'm just going to go into it. Okay, so what I learned from that is this: these stupid politicians can show up to get their picture taken like they're part of something good, which they put in absolutely zero effort or help in any way to create. And then if you talk to them afterward, they're shocked to learn that universities are garbage and there's no support for anything positive. Oh, and yeah, Ohio's got things like, what's it called? Some work related thing. They got a whole program where people are paid salaries to actually have a full-time jobs to go out there to help support charities and educational programs, which will help train people to get jobs. They'll pay like $7,000 or more a year for the tuition, a year for 2 years, including the first 6 months' salary of the new employee to their new job. I'm like, this is great. This will help Genius Garage. This will be a thing. We can do this for the county and all. But then they'll slip it in at the end without even telling you, oh, it's only if they're an ex-felon or they were born into extreme poverty or they have addiction problems. And I'm just like, that's not going to work for, we do a high-end program. Like I have kids going to work at Lockheed Martin doing engineering, get secret clearance. Like, no, I'm thinking, but then I thought about it more and I'm like, what the hell is wrong with our society and government? We'll support the people who either don't want to work already or can't and make horrible decisions financially, but there's absolutely jack squat for people who want to and can go somewhere. Nothing. Yet I've been killing myself to do a nonprofit for 11 years, and these piece of shit state level politicians will show up looking pretty to get their picture taken, to hand out awards when they've done dick. And these are the same losers that just paved the way and let the tech bros stick the data centers up our ass? Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to pause because I think you know how I feel right now. So Bruce Lee Tacos, he asked me, what are my thoughts on Michael Knowles? Oh, here's the Steven Crowder thing. I got to go back. Okay, I'm getting to it. Michael Knowles. Daily Wire. He's an acquired taste. I started to acquire the taste after a while. I'm like, okay, I can watch this guy, but he's really in love with himself with his silly little dance and stuff. I don't know if he still does that with his opening thing. I'm not sure, but I seem to remember looking up once his background. Did he not take acting classes? Like, he's kind of an actor. I watched a few things that related to that, and I started to look at him in a different light. I'm like, he's just an actor. And then Brett Cooper, she was an actress in the past. So, I mean, the guys that were in Brokeback Mountain, were they gay? No, I don't think so. I never saw that, but I didn't want to watch that. I don't think so, but they're actors. Do you understand where I'm going with this? So Michael Knowles, he sells his cigars and he plays a role, and that's that. And he gets paid to be there and be all conservative with Israeli money and not talk about anything relating to the horrors of Palestine or the horrors of American dollars going in there, or just the horrors of it in general, except when a Christian church or a Catholic church gets like blasted on purpose, he'll go like, you're losing me. This is where you're losing me. Oh, they're losing you? Yeah. You signed your name on the check, didn't you? Okay, well, that's what I think. That's what I feel. That's what I've observed. The Hawkeye, 50317. What about Steven Crowder and his undercover unit? I don't know about this, actually. Guys, what are we talking about Steven Crowder and his undercover unit? Is that code name for his package? I got an undercover unit right here. I'm not going to show it to you. See, live feed's fun. You get a clever dick joke from me. It's not even noon. Operators on standby until they're activated. I like that. Now, I don't know if I like that. Whose operators are they? Are they mine? I don't think I have any. Operators. Oh, wait. Operators on standby until they're activated. I was thinking you meant like call operators now. We're at the PBS fundraising hotline. The operators are standing by. Not that kind of operators, right? These are the ones that whack you. Help me out. I want to know about this Steven Crowder undercover malarkey. And then talk to me, guys. Michael Knowles is best friends with Vivek. Oh, God. Don't make me vomit. Like, I just, by the way, I was on, shout out to Andy Frisella, I guess. Got his coffee mug for being on his podcast. Actually, I got to tell you what, sidebar. So, I don't know if you guys have seen Andy Frisella. I really enjoyed going on his podcast. It was kind of funny because I only kind of heard about him. And I drove to St. Louis area where he's at because my wife was from there. And I show up and I'm like, is this a unit? Like, where is this little studio I'm going to? Dude, he owns both buildings. They're bigger than the Amazon plant next door. He's a big deal. I was really impressed. That guy is driven. That's all I got to say about that. But they were very kind and treated me well. So respect. That's all I got. The citizens are being pushed out of the game of democracy. Must ask swiftly if we retain their power. By the way, Michael Knowles. Somebody says, "Are you gay?" Ghey. I don't know what gay is, so I can't answer that question. Michael Knowles and Vivek. Of course, they're best friends. He's best friends with any power coattails he can ride. I mean, look at old Vivek. He did a pump and dump scheme and increased his net worth a better part of $1 billion, and his net worth jumped from like about $1 billion to 1.8 doing jack squat, except running for office. Like, I don't know if I want to have this rant right now. Okay, I'm gonna come back to this. Okay, I'm coming back to your super chat, guys, in a second because let me have this. So Vivek, he's manufactured. He's never worked an honest day his work in his life. You think he can change his oil? No, he wears a suit every day. I hate suits. I hate wearing suits. You know why I hate wearing suits? Because you can't do any real work in a suit. And that's why they're so pretty. Because a suit is supposed to say, I'm better than you. This is the socioeconomic class I'm in. This is the role I play. I don't have to get my hands dirty. I don't have to risk anything. I can just walk around and look fashionable, sit in a clean seat, try not to get anything from dinner on my tie and white shirt with good manners. I don't have to do any of that. I'm so smart that I can direct other people to do things. That's what a suit is to me. I'm sick of them. I'm sick of Vivek. What the hell has he ever done for anybody? This guy increases his net worth from like $1 billion to $1.8 billion while running for office, and he's done dick for America, or Ohio, where he's running for governor now. I've killed myself for 11 years. I've got 2 presidential lifetime achievement awards. One from Trumpy, one from old Weekend at Bernie's Joe Biden. I ain't got to fly with the Thunderbirds for it. But do you think that buys 1 cup of coffee to even give a kid, let alone help keep the lights on? While Ohio and our retard politicians they'll fund like drug addicts and felons to get jobs to teach, but nobody good? What the hell is this? What the hell society are we living in? I'm so pissed. How pissed are you? Where was I going with this? Yeah, Michael Knowles will suck up to that. He's basically an actor. Oh, buy his cigars. Whoopee. I'm just so tired of people that don't do anything. I'm tired of these influencers. I'm tired of these politicians. Why the hell doesn't anybody help anybody or do anything? Okay. Switching from coffee to water. Now I'm going to do a super chat. This stuff matters. And these idiot talking heads, they just sit there all calmly and talking about it. Why sit there all calmly and talking about it? Because that's all they can do. It's their dumb act to make money. Screw them. From Linsky. Kleinsky. Limited text, but CIA operators. Project Mockingbird. Oh, interesting. Believable. Absolutely. That's the other thing. So you got to ask yourself, are any of these people real, or is it all an act? Because they're tied in too well. They're making too much money, or they're a plant and built. So when are they going to risk it? When are they going to put it on the line that tells people it's actually real? When? Maybe we should start a influencer war. That'd be fun. Thoughts on Joe Rogan? Seems to be logical in most of his thought process and open-minded to be wrong. In the past, Did you see the Rogan clip? I'd ask if it was AI. He's like, isn't it possible that Jesus Christ, like, what's more virgin than coming back as a computer and AI? I swear to God, Joe Rogan said that. He said, like, what's more of a virgin conception than coming back as AI? Like, Jesus is coming back as AI. I'm just saying we need better expletives right now. There are not enough F bombs for me to explain how absurd this is. Look at how many Palantir related people have been on Joe Rogan's show. Look at how much he kisses up to all these tech bros. Look at the interview with him and Theo Vaughn, because Theo Vaughn will be like way more kooky, conscious stream of thought. That's why he's funny and endearing. But Rogan's like, what you saying, man? What you saying, man? Rogan's gone. Rogan's gone. And I'm just gonna tell you right now, ain't no way Jesus Christ or any deity, entity, God, whatever religion is coming back as a computer or AI. There are not enough expletives in any language for me to tell you how damn dumb that is. And anybody who starts thinking that, lay off the drugs, whatever that drug of choice you're on. Ketamine, DMT, money, Israeli money or Palantir money, but I repeat myself probably. Oh, God. By the way, do you all know what my last name means? By the way, that goes back way more historically than just the 20s. Okay. What does AI say about taxes? I don't know. Let's find out. It's a great idea one way. What else we got going on here? Badass chicks for brother Casey. What does that mean, Queen Mob? Is that actually a thing? Yo, Queen Mab. Badass chicks for brother Casey. Sounds like a weird biker chick cult. Okay. I think Matt Walsh won't leave DW because he doesn't want to betray his friends. What a pussy. What a pussy. If my friends are actively helping kill tens of thousands of women and children anywhere on planet Earth, those bastards, I will knock them down because they're friends of no one. Oh, my friends. Oh, my friends. Oh, my friends. Make new friends that don't suck. Okay, what we're going to do? AI. We're going to ask AI about taxes. That's a great idea. Okay, I'm going to use old Grokky because that's all I use. I hate AI. I don't want to use it. I only use it to mostly make... what do you want me to ask you? I'll just say, what do you think about taxes? I don't want to get into this right now. Taxes are one of those things everybody loves to hate, but they're basically the price we pay for not having to live in a post-apocalyptic hellscape where warlords fight over the last functioning water pump. Wow. That's some grade A propaganda BS right there. Well, it didn't take very long. Okay. I have to sit back and relax for a second. Like, is it just me? Is it just me that is like crashing out on a daily basis because how absolutely absurd society is? Is it just me? Is it all of us here? I can't even. Nick took the 7K from Israel. Who are we talking about? Fuentes? Somebody said that back then. Let's keep going. Okay. Is it just me? Like, I can't even. What are our options? I don't even want to say the options. That'll get me canceled. The government has no accountability. So let's just talk about that. How are we going to hold them accountable? How? We have no law in America anymore. Any billionaire can lawfare any of us into oblivion. Doesn't even matter if they have anything on you. And if they want some money, they'll just plan it. There's nothing left. It's over, you guys. You guys realize that, right? Like, centimillionaires and billionaires can just ruin people's lives for fun with lawfare just because you can make them bankrupt. Like, that's all. They can just do that. So that's literally all you have to look at. The United States has no rule of law. We have no fair law anymore. It's gone. Okay, I'm going to set my watch here. Maybe that'll calm me down slightly. Somebody say something cool and smart or funny. 11. It's 11:34. Man, you guys. Anyway, Any of you guys like mechanical watches? Are you into that stuff, or is it just me? I so yeah, I can't keep doing these crashing out videos. Like it'll just make me crazy. And I would rather be what am I like focused to do something. But the problem is I can't just go back to being an idiot and nothing. Like what am I gonna do? Just fix up my cars? My whole life is about just trying to get one new car. My whole life. I just want to go do another race. Like it matters. Like I've got a family and kids, but damn it, man. Like I've got things I can contribute to society and build and create. We can't do anything. The walls are closing in. Like, okay, I'll get to you, Beard Man Dan. Off topic, and I'm new to your channel. Whatever happened to your brilliant project car? Love mechanical watches. Cool, thanks, man. The Omega car is at the shop. It totally exists, but I hate to say this, like, and I don't mean it negative, but I'm gonna say, like, who gives a shit? The public like it. It's cool. It should exist, right? There's nothing to make anything exist. There's no help anywhere for innovation or invention. Like in America or Ohio, where I live. What exists from the government in any way, shape, and form that even protects people and their inventions anymore? By the way, the patent system's effed. It's set up basically where corporations can steal them all. I'm just being straight, or China will take it. We have no patent system anymore. So if there's brilliant people out there creating things, how is that going to come to help society or the world anymore? What's there to help any of it? Nothing. Nothing. Oh, I'm going to do a song and dance on the internet. I'm going to keep driving around. I'm going to drive it coast. I'm going to take weeks of my life and spend $1,000 driving coast to coast. It's like, hey, I went from New York to LA in one tank of diesel. Hey, I was getting like 130 miles a gallon the whole way. Roasted a couple of Dodge Vipers and a Corvette on the way and thumbed my nose at Teslas. It's cheaper to run per mile than a Tesla. It's got a lower carbon footprint to manufacture than a normal car, destroying an EV, and has a lower carbon footprint per mile than an EV. You can do all those things. No one cares. See, old Elon sucked the liberal teat of America to build Tesla while the left wanted to create electric vehicle mandates. But then it was in his best interest to switch parties and promote Donald so he can be part of AI, Palantir, et cetera, and Doge, which was a backdoor way to get all the information out of the government so he can become super powerful there. And then what he's going to do is tell all America his sob story about how the left transed his kid. Okay, yeah, the left promotes that kind of thing a lot more. But let's just look at this like an actual human being in America might. Elon Musk got all these companies, he's tweeting, he's buying X and Twitter or whatever. He's running Tesla and SpaceX and doing stuff with the Donald, and he's on a campaign. He's jumping up and down and giving ironic Nazi salutes and doing all his thing. He's really busy. Serious question. How many baby mamas does old Elon have? 4, 5? Doesn't have a harem, doesn't live with them all together. And they all got multiple kids, don't they? How many kids does Elon Musk have? How many of you all have 1, 2, maybe 3 kids? And you're working hard. Maybe your wife's working hard too, or vice versa. You're the wife and I don't know who's watching. It's hard enough to be there for your kids in this modern day and age. Spend time with them so that they can have a great mother and father, or just great people in their lives so they can grow up to be balanced human beings. Do you really think Elon Musk is a good father to those kids? You really think he's a good partner or husband? Do you think he really spends enough time with them for them to have that good male role model in his life? Or do you think maybe he can't, doesn't, or couldn't? Maybe doesn't even want to. He'll parade around old X. By the way, great name, idiot. That kid's going to be able to fit in society in the future. He'll parade old X around the White House to make him look cutesy good and connect with everybody. Or maybe your kid ended up becoming trads because he's got a really shitty relationship with his dad and a messed up life. Maybe. But that's a convenient thing, isn't it? He's Well, the richest guys on earth. The richest guy on earth that the richest people on earth will allow us all to think is the richest guy on earth. That's what Elon is. So my point is, why doesn't he take more time with his kids? We live in Plato's allegory of the cave. We are not allowed to have a better life. We're not allowed to have anything be better. We're just being exploited. Okay, some super chats from Hold the Line G. The government and corporations are in bed together, collectively stealing our productive value. That is an absolutely accurate statement, period. I'm going to read it again. The government and corporations are in bed together, collectively stealing our productive value. 100%. 100%. They will stop anything from growing, anything else from having power. They will bookshelf things that are better to keep you a consumer forever, preferably in debt too. So it's just one more method you can never get ahead. Slaves, the corporate slave farm, as I call it. From the Hawkeye something or other. Yes, but the self-driving Tesla will probably drive head on into your car. That's quite possible. So will people. But they'll argue it's in the best interest of our safety because the machine is better. By the way, if I'm not mistaken, a Cybertruck, the steering wheel has no mechanical connection to the wheels at all. So if it goes on the fritz, I think this is maybe that's the Dodge, the terrible Dodge. By the way, the Dodge, whatever that four-door like muscly car, electric car thing is, I'm hearing has so many horrific glitches, it's insane, and there's a giant cover up. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know if it's true. But like, when the hell did we start allowing motor vehicles to have a steering wheel that's not physically connected to the wheels? Because the computer and the electronics totally will never glitch and make you wreck your car. Just let it have assist so you can still steer. Why is there not the redundant of just a connection? That's horrific. It's horrific. Absolutely horrific. Okay, so what else we got here? Oh, here's one. How do we get rid of the Invention Secrecy Act of 1951 and bring innovation back to the US without fear of persecution or prohibition? So the Invention Secrecy Act, is that the one where the government can take a patent, an invention, and hide it if it's in the best interest of national security, which you'd like to think if it's some overly powerful energy source or weapon, when in reality it's probably just anything that threatens the status quo of our dumb economy. And yeah, I mean dumb economy, not like it's not good to have an economy, but dumb in the fact that it's not in the best interest of people in the future. How do we get rid of it? I'm gonna tell you, probably get rid of the government. Hell, get rid of that now, wouldn't you think? And I hate saying that, but dude, the world is a mess. How about Europe? You know, I hate to quote this, but it stuck with me because it was funny in the memes. Old Nick Fuentes, he's uses the N word. I don't use the N word. I don't know if I'll get canceled still or not, but it's stupid. By the way, the N word. I've come to the conclusion that the N word has been proliferated by liberal white people to have power over black people as a trigger word, like the CIA would implant. I really, honestly, I think the entirety of the N word and the power of the B is a leftist like CIA thing just to have power over black people. I hate that. Anyway, Nick Fuentes says, "Can an N word live? Can an N word live? Like, can we just live? Yeah, can we all just live?" What about our culture in the 20th century since World War II wasn't manufactured or influenced by government agencies and CIA? They destroyed all fine art with abstract expressionism as a soft combat towards the Soviets, and communism in that way. What's the word I'm looking for? Culturally. So destroyed all fine art literally to this day. How many other things? The hippie movement? How many people have been assassinated? Like everything. Come on, 9/11. Come on, come on, come on. What did that give us? The Patriot Act? Oh, that's helpful for intelligence agencies, isn't it? I wasn't expecting to go this deep down the rabbit hole. Non-silent T. But I guess I'm having fun. Are you guys having fun? Let me know. Oh yeah, Nick has the shirt Wang Af. It's funny. It was funny. I heard him say it. I'm not buying that shirt, but it's fun. It's funny. It's credit where credit's due. If something's funny, I'm gonna call it funny. I don't care what it is. Dark humor, dad joke, pun, everything. If it's objectively funny, it's funny. Sometimes it's always just delivery. It would be funny otherwise. Okay. Here. If AI is used in the development of an invention or product, who definitely owns the rights to own, find, and design and concept product? That's a fantastic question from Philip Dolcetti. I mean, let's think about it. I had heard in farming that if, like, let's say it's a Monsanto or whoever seed, right? There's a whole field of a particular crop, and then an old school farmer has his own seeds, but the wind blows and blows the pollen from the genetically known, owned seeds to the ones that are not, and that guy uses his seeds with his own growing to then plant the new ones, then that guy can get sued into oblivion by the evil corporation because, like, genetically it got pollinated by the other. Dude, our society just sucks. You know, that's I feel like that's where we are. This is totally live, so you can just come in and hang out. You've got food. Thank you. Come be an amazing wife that'll make people jealous. I do appreciate this. Thank you. You don't want to be seen right. Oh, thank you. Who owns the rights to it? Yeah, exactly. And then what is protecting us? Like federal or state, anything in America is protecting any of our likenesses or our work from AI? Hell no. Because all these bastards are just trying to steal all the information of humanity. So when's it gonna break? Is that the war? I'm ready. Who's ready to John Connor this bitch up in here? Is that right? John Connor, the one that led the AI war, and I never actually watched the Terminators. I never saw them. Sorry, I just didn't. Okay, let's keep going down here. Oh, here's one from Kleinsky. Whether it's all true or not, these connections need to be talked about. If we give them/they an inch, they take a mile. Of course, they call it conspiracies, a made up word the CIA gave us. All accurate. All accurate. All of it's accurate. And the thing about it is, where do we go? Where do you go? Where on planet Earth? Where do you go anymore? Where can an N word go to live? Can we just live? I don't think so. Where's home anymore? What are we gonna do? We got United States of America. It's a hot mess here. The only thing left to do is fight. You can go off into the woods of, I don't know, Wyoming or Idaho or Montana and disappear, but they're still gonna get you. That's not a solution. That's just escaping, and that's pretty pathetic. Because if you escape all your society and everything that made anything you, what culture do you have? That's sad. So where else are you gonna go? We're gonna go to New Zealand with the billionaires to build a bunker. You're gonna go Australia? No. You're gonna go UK? Hell no. Like my family originally came from Bavaria area of the world, so am I gonna go to Germany? That'd be cool. But gosh darn, like how many politicians all suddenly died right before the election that are conservative? You can't go there for the last 80 years without being called a Nazi and psyoped into oblivion by people that get power from calling others a Nazi. Stupid. So where do we go? We're gonna go to Dubai. By the way, I heard this. I don't know if it's true. Does anybody know if Dubai chocolate is a weird cover for illicit activities in Dubai? Because I'm also hearing that Dubai chocolate is not only a chocolate bar, you can actually buy it like rest stops. I saw one yesterday when I was driving at a rest stop. I didn't buy any, but I hear Dubai chocolate is also like code for being a Dubai type person and paying an attractive influencer to come with an NDA form so you can do your poopy business on them. What is wrong with people? Anyway, so like you can't move to Dubai. I don't know, where are we gonna go? Nowhere. I mean, can we? Oh, by the way, A lot of people talk about how they think that there's all parallels right now in history, politically and American stuff, to, shall we say, the early 20th century in like Europe in the post World War One, leading up to World War Two. And sure, yeah, there's a lot of similarities and stuff, and people are learning things and questioning things they hadn't before. Which questioning things is okay, because if the only way if your only argument to a perfectly legitimate question is like psyoping and attacking people, well, then not only is that not an argument, but that just makes me think the question is a good question to ask. So I don't think that our time in history now relates so much to the 20th century, but I'll say it relates more to the 19th century, the 1800s in Europe, leading into the early Industrial Revolution and the political parties and such that came about because of it, and the craftsmen and such losing their jobs. And that relates to what we're seeing now with AI and parallels it more directly. So I would say you guys should look at things in the 1800s socially, politically, throughout England and Europe. Thanks for being me from Nate CHP Sticks. California Highway Patrol? I don't know if I got that right. That's very nice of you. Okay. This is fun, guys. Thanks for being here today. I didn't know if this would be successful at all. I feel like this is successful. I'm having fun. The other thing is, like, with these talking heads, like all of them, whether we like them or not, they're kind of a bunch of pussies. By the way, pussy is short for pusillanimous, which means weak man. So all you females, they're getting mad because you think it's sexist. Read the dictionary. Anyway, I don't. I think it just goes to show in society, if you can't be real, such as I'm doing now, and emote, but in a reasonable human being controlled way, and articulate things you actually see that are absurd and wrong objectively, and without political party, and without specific guardrails, you can't do that. So for me to fit in anywhere, I have to guardrail myself and fit within your dumb cage of reality. Well, you suck, man. You suck. They just suck. Like, who's watching this? Sound off. We got any libs in here? What's up, lefties? I know you're out there. I want to hear from progressive libs right now. And I want to hear from conservatives. Tell me what you are. I don't care. Don't lie and say ridiculous things if you're not. Just say whatever you are. Do you like communism? Do you like socialism? Do you like capitalism? You a fascist? Left wing? Right wing? I don't know. You vote Democrat? I want to know who's on here. But be real. Be real. Don't be ridiculous. We can be ridiculous later. Oh, this person's from, I'll pronounce it, Fifth Appens. Yo, I work for a GM dealership and I get to see firsthand the bullshit they implement in their cars. Anyway, I enjoy your vids. Keep it up. Yeah, they do. Cars are way too expensive and stupid. For instance, this is a Porsche 944. I wager the best sports car ever created. Now people laugh at me, and because, Casey, that's a cheap car, and Porsche snobs in the Porsche Club of America don't like it, so it's not worth much. They want their air-cooled ass engine, not so cheap. Porsche 911 engines in the back. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. Anyway, that is funny. Anyway, best car ever. I bought it for $8,000. It's great. I can maintain this till the cows come home. It has everything I need and nothing I don't. It's like a small town. We're supposed to hate small towns, but even the small town I grew up in had everything I need, nothing I don't. If I need to go somewhere, I can go there. Why did I ever leave? Anyway, and then there's an orange car over there that's complicated, ridiculous, because I'm an absurd masochist that likes fast cars. Oh, and also it's a better investment than anything else I know, because I think our entire civilization is going to break down, and I'm afraid to invest in basically anything that I can't touch with my own two hands. So there you have it. Okay, yeah, new cars suck. Thank you. From Shift Happens. Okay, I wanted to see what you guys are saying you are or whatnot. Oh, there's a Wang F. That's funny. What is up? Going hard AF. That's great. I have never condoned voted for corrupt criminals. Have you? Does that mean you have not taken part in in voting in America ever? That's probably what that means now. Let's see. This person was driven to school in a 944. Those are nice memories. Somebody's got a 300ZX there. Nice. Okay. Oh, somebody said Drew Scott. Where's that one? We will miss. Wait, no. Greetings from Branau. Yay. Hello. Okay. From Hold the Line G, which is a good username. I can't subscribe to any political party. They are all fingers of the same hand, choking the shit out of us. And I voted for Trump twice. I'll never do that again. Let's hope we never get the opportunity to do that. He'll be turned out. But then again, if Joe Biden was just Obama 2.0, they sure want to stick old Vancy Vance in, who's a manufactured plant. By the way, I'm just going to say this. It's my opinion from observation, which is in no way professional, that JD Vance is a clinical psychopath. Have you ever seen him emote with his eyebrows or forehead? It honestly creeps me out. I already know clinical psychopaths, at least one, that show more emotion than JD Vance. That's not good. Anyway, that's my observation. This is going to get me whacked. Some people are going to be saying, Casey, you shouldn't say these things. Why? Oh, anybody that touches the wall is unfit. What wall could that be? Yeah. Oh, that's funny. JD Vance has more aliases than Netanyahu. That's actually probably accurate. By the way, was Netanyahu was he Polish? Is he a Polish dude? Did I hear that correct? Anyway, all right. So anyway, kind of going back to it, and you guys, and talk to me here if you got stuff to say. Um, I just couldn't stand doing automotive YouTube anymore. It was stupid and sophomoric, and it's just it's a stupid game where everything's fake and gay, like the military says. But automotive YouTube is definitely fake and gay. I just couldn't do it anymore. Just couldn't do it anymore. It took all the fun out of it for me. It wasn't worth it. And then I just these rant videos, guys. Like I'm gonna do something. I am gonna do something, but I can't keep just doing this the same way. I'm not an idiot, you know. What are your thoughts on the rotary engine? Funky, cool. I dig it. You know, obviously it's got a couple of things that are challenging. You know, like the wiper seals. But they're cool. They're super cool. I've never had one. But yeah. Everything is fake and gay, you say. I see you, Casey. Go Max. Wait a minute. Are you inferring that I am fake and gay? By the way, did you guys see the Tucker Carlson, Milo Yanu blah, 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 blah video? I've actually never seen Milo Yanu blah, 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 blah talk. He's a character. He's a fascinating character. He has a lot of interesting inputs on that subject of gayness. There's a lot of funny things in there. Why are you gay? Oh, there's somebody's talking about Freemasons in here. Let's do that for just a hot second. Guys, talk about what you think or know about Freemasons. This is a bad idea. I shouldn't ask that question. Anyway, oh, I have a question. Let's do this. Maybe I'll regret this. I don't know. How many of you give it more than a 0% chance that I am a fake plant of some kind? Like paid by something or somebody, or like an agent. What do you think? What are the chances I'm that? I'm gonna eat chips right now. You guys talk to me, Goose. In November of 2021, I was fired from my job over non-compliance during the mandate. 2,500 people worked there. Nobody stood with me. This is a disturbing view into what people will accept. This applies to today's concerns. I agree completely, Charles Schenbecker. Yeah, you're right. It's very, very frightening. It's very, 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 very frightening. Okay, here we go. Oh man, you guys are blowing up now. Somebody says real, not gay. Thank you. Yeah, I 69% chance of a good time. All right. Did anybody comment I keep getting older and they stay the same age? Because I feel like that's the right, inappropriate, ridiculous quote to make. Has anybody ever seen that quote? You know what I'm talking about? 0%. You said the quiet part out loud. Feds can't do that. That's fair. Yeah. I don't read deception in the eyes. I don't have any of that. Henderson writes, "We are the #1 training source for AI, only to be used against us in a diabolical way. They are no longer asking, they're taking." That is 100% accurate. We're just training the beast. Truly. It's horrible. It's horrible. Giggity goo. Dazed and confused. Thank you. Oh, I don't want to be mean, but somebody writes, Michael Knowles is gay because he likes the taste. I'm assuming you mean his cigars, which are in fact very Freudian. Okay, we'll keep going in that circumstance. You only showed one eye. How are we doing? Wait, you guys gonna take a retina scan and like screw my life somehow now? Dude, you're a sharp engineer and the car you built could change the way our nation operates. I mean, hypothetically, yeah. Actually, it operates the same. We just have better lives. But thank you. You are about as popular as the guy who built the car that runs on water at the time, right? But he got whacked, right? Dynamite. Yeah, he didn't even start talking smack about politics to hundreds of thousands of people. Trump smoked Bill's cigar. All right, let's bring that topic up. So we're just going to say Trump smoked Bill's cigar. What do you guys think about that? I is my body language saying enough that I don't have to talk about this? I hope so. Okay. What do we got here? Anyway, yeah, I got to do something else, you guys. I can't keep being a talking head and doing this crash out stuff. Like I will go insane. I'm a doer, right? Like Obama lied about making fuel efficient cars, and that inspired me to build the Omega car. And then the absurdities going on with politicians like Kamala and Trump inspired me to talk out with the numbers in the Omega car. And I got so frustrated, I ended up connecting with Tucker. I didn't ask him for anything to be on a show. I just told him what I'm doing. I'm trying to have a more like like a more constructive role in society. And he's like, let's do a show. And that's how that came to be. And then the American educational system sucks. And I looked around and figured out how I could make that better. So I did Genius Garage and did a thing. But now I'm at a place where like, what do I do? That's a question for you guys. Well, this person's asking, what's next for me? What's next for me? I mean, I got ideas. What do you think I should do next? What should I do? Because I'm not happy. I am not happy. We are not happy. Not happy at all. There's no support for Genius Garage. Nothing at all. Maybe if I became a billionaire, I could support it. That's the other thing that pisses me off about Vivek Ramaswamy. F that guy forever and a day. He's done nothing. Like, if I was that guy and raised my net worth, guess what? There would be literally Genius Garages all around the country. The kids don't even have to pay for to be here. Has he done anything? No! So I got to go become a billionaire some magic way? Oh, and because it's me, I got to go. I'm not going to be just a farm of pump and dump scammer like these other shitty billionaires. I got to actually make a product and become a billionaire some magic way to then help people. Like, that's what our society is. Just these sick freaks stealing from everybody in Washington and this billionaire sick elite like global class. So what should I do? What should I do? You got Brandon Herrera. Damn, that's an interesting idea. Should me and what do they call Brandon? He's got a nickname like AK guy or something. Anyway, Putsch Herrera Putsch for president. Yeah. What's Brandon's favorite firearm of choice? I'm an M1 Garand 1911 kind of a guy. Gosh darn it. They work for my granddad. It's gonna work for me. We'll put a hole through your engine block. 5.56. Or for pussies. Once again, I'll remind you that pussy is short for pusillanimous or weak men. Still gets the job done. Anyway, Casey Putsch, nothing he has done Vivek Ramaswamy. Yeah, exactly. You should be outraged. I am too. 50 cal AK 50. Is that what they call him? Oh, 50 cal AK. Is that what we're talking about? Somebody says I should run for Ohio governor. That's an idea. However, Vivek is tied in with literally every sick politician, the entire industry, and any one of those people can destroy any person immediately and easily. So I ask you, if I were to do something like that, how would I actually defend myself? How would they not just set me up and blackmail me and turn me into an asset? You ever think about that? All right, let's have some other fun. Herrera Putsch for president. Hell yeah, dude. Herrera Putsch. Man, those are some weird words. Brandon Casey. Putsch. Herrera Putsch. Actually, it's like Brandon's Putsch. I'm not going to go into that play on words. I think I found a way to use their tools and use it as an advantage or the same things. Okay. Start a campaign. Campaign for what? Build your own communities. This person says run for office. What office? You guys are voicing support. I appreciate that. I love you too. Okay, that's as good as I can get. Okay, like we're all emotionally stunted. Not as emotionally stunted as Elon Musk kids probably are, but we're doing the best we can. I appreciate you guys being here. We're family. Okay, beat down 009 writes American politics is a citizenry being abused by their rulers while endlessly arguing amongst themselves as to who is being abused more. Well, that's accurate. I appreciate you writing that. That is a good perspective. I frankly hadn't thought about it that way. I've been stuck on this corporate wisdom darn thinking, continuously being abused by the rulers. Yeah, we are only being abused by our politicians. They have no accountability. There's no accountability. Nobody goes to jail. Nobody gets hung legally. Military tribunal for treason. I did that video a while back ago. Rock going, hey, what politicians are most likely guilty of treason and why? And then what are the proper punishments for treason? I did that video. We talked about it. No, it's never going to happen. By the way, somebody look it up. I think the French still use the guillotine up until the 1980s. Yes. Yes. See if that's true. When was the last time we hung somebody in America? 1961, I think. Legally. Don't you guys be going where I think you're going to go. By the way, nobody ever said they were a lefty on here, or I saw, or there's any commies. Oh, I must kind of be disappointed if there's not people of all walks of life on here. Star Wars and guillotine at the same time. Star Wars being like the Jay's space lasers or like the movies. Anyway, please, brother, play my song. You got to hit me up somehow. Okay, I'll get blown up. I appreciate it. No more guillotine, 1977. That's helpful. Thank you. Yeah, we're talking Second Amendment. I get it. Is you guys' Second Amendment's tingling every now and then? Libertarian right. Interesting. What do you guys think about libertarians? Serious question. Okay, so I don't know. I don't know, you guys. I'm doing the watch company thing, right? So that takes time. It takes time to build watches and kind of prototype and make it look good in branding. So it's gonna be a little while before I get that out. Probably early next year or whatnot. But I'm really enjoying that, and I'm prototyping a watch that actually meets the NASA requirements for an astronaut watch. Because if Trump's doing tariffs to manufacture stuff in the United States, then wouldn't it kind of go to think there should be some investment somewhere for me to build a watch company here in the United States, like Toledo, Ohio? We're a little depressed. People like something to be proud of. Make some jobs. We could supply all the Artemis NASA astronauts with watches instead of giving the money to Switzerland. Unless, of course, the tariff thing really isn't about helping anybody except your crony billionaire pals. Which, that may be true. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to say this right now for the person going, I need your help, brother Casey, please, in caps. You'll get my attention for 2 seconds, but unless you actually talk to me like a normal human being would, like, it's a turnoff. Okay, so if somebody needs to write me something, greeting, body of work, proper goodbye, like a statement that makes sense for the whole thing, introduce yourself. I have to be honest, you guys, like, I try to connect with everybody to be a respectable human being. but don't write me ridiculous things without even saying who you are, or why I should connect with you, or what's going on. I cannot read your mind. I can't. Okay. So, um, you guys are all blowing up, potentially being funny. If you've got something you need me to see, Super Chat is here to help. I frankly appreciate um, the money. I do actually, because I work. And if I don't do YouTube, that's going to hurt more. And I'm trying to build a business. But I'll see it, was what I'm saying. I will see it. So if you got something you really want me to see, make sure I see it. But I'm trying to read all of you. What do you guys want to talk about next? Like, the influencers suck. They don't do anything. What should I do next? Wait, some of you guys said do things like run for office, but what else can I do? What else can I do? I'm not independently wealthy, you guys. And the people that think I can just build them cars right now for 20 grand, like, how am I building a factory? Where's the team? You think people are going to volunteer that are good enough to do anything? Give me a break. Most people have a job. They can't do anything. The rich people don't want to do squat. They just want to be more rich to do nothing. And then why the hell? So we've got crappy billionaires like Larry Ellison and Elon Musk. I consider him a crappy billionaire. Bill Gates, certainly. Just loads of crappy billionaires. Why aren't there good billionaires fighting the crappy ones? Why? Why don't we have billionaire wars for society? I want to know. Somebody, Goofy, mom of 5 kiddos. I like that. Did you see that Obama's dad and Mondami's dad were both brought to the U.S. by the CIA? Makes me wonder if Vex was as well, and who else? Lots of grooming. Yeah. You really think Soros money is going to go to the scholarship of an Indian kid that was born in the States that's kind of a citizen, even though he's Hindu and got paid to go to Catholic school, but still says he's Hindu? That smells of like all the foreigners that are becoming like politicians in the UK. What do you think happened in the UK? It went to hell. What do you think Vivek is? He's tied in with old JD Vance, who's tied in with the CIA and Palantir and the tech bros. He's never made anything for anybody. He's never created anything. He's never worked an honest day's job in his life. Nothing. And it pisses me the fuck off these people exist. For fuck's sake, I did Genius Garage. I can fix the American educational system and actually help brilliant people go somewhere that's good for industry. Like, a little watch company for and being able to do watches for NASA astronauts is like a small thing, but it's nice we can do that. For F's sake, like, you guys saw the car on Tucker Carlson. I did that with nothing 10 years ago. Elon Musk didn't build the first Tesla. Somebody else did. It was an electrified Lotus Elise. And he like legally paid to make it himself to call him a founder because he's the founder of the company. He didn't build anything. I'm tired of these people. We all should be tired of these people. They don't do anything for anybody. Oh, do I sound like Bernie Sanders talking crap about billionaires? Because I always used to hate when people talk crap about billionaires like them having too much power. Because like Mondami even said, oh my gosh, the CEO of Starbucks made 6,000 times or something, I don't know, more than a barista. And I'm like, dude, shut up. Of course he should make more than a barista. But what he makes is pales into consideration like these sick billionaire freaks. Like what Soros or Musk or Ellison or Thiel or Vivek can do for nothing. They're worse. But we're arguing on that, so the conservatives go like even me. It's like, no, you should be able to make the money you make and you want in the world. Yeah, well, I think that way. I'd like to be a billionaire. I just wouldn't be a piece of crap like Vivek Ramaswamy. I'd make the world better like I've been trying to do since day one. That's what I do. But like, are any of them doing anything that's good for anybody? Like, maybe I will sound like Bernie on this one, but the billionaires suck. They have way too much power over the government. This person, Gatsu, 15B. I'd give you my time to help you build something up. I don't have any skills, so if you train/taught me, it would be a fair trade, no? Follow Brandon Herrera's footsteps. Run for office here. You will have my vote. Would donate for you. That's very kind of you. I appreciate you saying that. Depends on what build something up is, but that's fair. You know, it depends on what the skills are. there's things that skilled craftspeople with, different people with different kind of talents and life ways and personality sometimes can be a little better at certain jobs than others. And frankly, some people and some jobs require skills over a lifetime that aren't just trainable quickly. But I really appreciate you saying that, and that makes me feel a little better about society. So we'll see what the future brings. Okay, are you guys gonna mind if I eat a little bit of lunch? Let's say some funny things. Here, let's do this. Adults are anal and triggered grown-ups are not. I don't know what that means. Eat the salad. Thank you. Although that might be a weird euphemism. So I have an actual salad here. So if it's a euphemism, then you naughty, naughty person. All right. You guys are investing your time wisely today. Watch me eat this salad. I don't believe any of you have ever seen somebody eat a salad in a garage. Have you? Have you seen some? Can't say that again. You've now seen somebody eat a salad in a garage. I'm not eating a salad. Rabbit food. No, I kind of like Caesar salads. Traditional. Don't spice it up with BS. I don't want your kale, your frou kale and avocados and bacon in it. No, standard. Easy on the sauce. All right. Somebody's talking about 944s. I fell timber in Oregon with a guy who drove a 944 to work in the summer with his chainsaw in the back. Gosh darn it. Yeah, man. I put motorcycle engines in the back of that thing hauling around. It is a good car. You got to do that. You got to be real. It's starting to be like an ASMR video with all the crunching. Sorry, guys. I'm with you, man. This is from Free King WC. Does WC stand for water closet? I would really like to talk with you to figure out a good game plan moving forward in the future. I also want one of your watches. Well, email me, man. I can do that. Okay, thank you. Hey, bacon is good on anything. Disagree. I don't actually like bacon. I'm not even Jewish or whatever peoples don't like eating pigs. That's Jewish people, right? Muslims too? Do Muslims not eat pigs or bacon? I don't actually know. I'm actually asking. Okay, ASMR away. Chompy chomp. I'm like I'm a bunny. I kind of feel like I'm in a hamster cage. I have said that this garage, if I was captured by aliens, I shouldn't say this because maybe there are aliens and they're going to do this now, that this would be my vivarium and like I'm in a big ship where there's like a zoo of people. It would be this garage. Okay. Muslims, turkey bacon. Bacon every day keeps the doctor away. I was going to make a joke. And the joke ends with part of a word, berg, and you can. Anyway. Say what? That's like minus 3,000 cool points. Bacon haters be like. I got a sensitive stomach, guys. I got a sensitive stomach. Okay. I'm skinny because I work. People are like, whoa, you look fit. Do you work out? Like, I don't have time for that. I work. You work out? No, work. Just go do work. Don't eat so much. Eat plain stuff. That's what I do. That's all I know. I don't know any better. If you guys like bacon, good for you. Good for you liking bacon. I can't do it. My stomach would revolt. Can't do it. Maybe someday. I didn't eat fish until I was like 20 something. So maybe bacon's in my future. Anyway, maybe bacon will become a giant international sensation or controversy. Do you think so? How do we make bacon? This is a dumb conversation. I'm sorry. Somebody writes, "Oh no, he is a Muslim." I don't understand what that means. By the way, I had this conversation the other day. Is it true that Andrew Tate calls himself a Muslim and then his brother, what's his brother's name? I was going to say Clive, but I know that's wrong. Anyway, and he's allegedly Christian. But then a military buddy of mine calls me up and says, Andrew says this, but he always says God. He never says like by name. So he's like, I think he's fake. I don't know. What do you guys think there? Okay. So anyway, hate is a joke. Actually, I did make a public post the other day. I was thinking about it. I'm like, is Andrew Tate a closeted gay dude? I actually kind of thought that. I hate it when people do that because it's usually stupid. People like to say that kind of thing as an insult just to try to be ridiculous. But like, I actually had that as a serious thought the other day. I don't know. Kind of irrelevant, you know? Okay. So salad. H-1B visas, pro or con, and tell me why. All reasons are acceptable. We're going to read them because I have an opinion on this. We need to talk about H-1B visas. Go, please. Tristan, not Clyde. Are you following the gold and silver skyrocketing? I mean, I've seen it. Who owns the porn industry has nothing to do with H-1Bs. Besides, who wants to port a bunch of Indians and Chinese people to America to watch them shag? Nobody. I don't really want to watch anybody. Porn industry, disaster. No, thank you. It appears that no one likes H-1Bs. Okay, do this. Somebody give me an argument positive for H-1Bs while I give you an argument against. All right. So people try to use the racist thing, which is stupid. So let's just look at what it is. We're going to bring in graduates from India primarily and China for engineering jobs. And then people like Trump and Ramaswamy will insult all Americans in their face and say, we don't have the people for these kind of jobs here. Well, that's funny because I seem to be mentoring a lot of real Americans of all different various shapes, sizes, and colors, textures, sexual ways, getting great jobs, working places like Lockheed Martin, even Tesla on techie stuff. So we do have people. But they're making us feel bad that we don't have them and insulting us when they do nothing to help young people learn or go anywhere, even though I have. Anyway, so they do that. Well, you can even ask old Grocky. Grocky says that old Elon stays somewhere between $100 and $200 million a year hiring H-1B visas, cheaper than Americans. Well, that seems like a pretty good reason if you're a big evil corporation, profits. But the thing that H-1Bs do on the side, it doesn't matter where they're from. It's the opposite of artificial inflation of a market. It's artificial deflation of a market. If you flood the country with laborers or workers that will work cheaper, that's why they save money, cheaper than the normal American ones, well, companies save money. So their profits go higher and they're richer. They have more power. But what that does is it destroys the job market because now nobody's going to hire the rest of them, the Americans, for more money. So it lowers the salaries that everybody can get, which screws the future of the United States and just a little bit more screws all Americans that have been here and gone through normal life in America through the system. And I'm trying to word it carefully because I don't really feel like it lit up going like, you just went to white people. Shut the F up. You're an idiot. Your argument sucks. You are awarded no points, and may God have mercy on your soul. So it destroys the job market, which is inversely proportional to effectively what happens to the housing market when companies like BlackRock, Vanguard, and private equity companies just buy loads of private homes, and then that drives up the prices a bit. And then what they'll do is they'll sell a few of them to each other for world record prices to inflate the housing market. And that is a vehicle to keep everybody downtrodden, also be able to collect more taxes, put people more in debt because they can take out larger mortgages and higher, home equity loans and such. So it inflates the housing market. But H-1Bs deflate the job market, destroying all of our lives. It's absolutely asinine and wrong. And anybody, any politician, any corporate entity, period. I cannot stress this enough. I just don't feel like using expletives right now. Any man, woman, or child who says H-1Bs are a good thing are either an Indian or Chinese guy that wants to come over and get a free ride. They're a big corporation that wants to profit off of it, or they're an evil government entity or person of power. I'm not going to say leader because they're not leaders. That want to keep everybody downtrodden and just make more power and money. That's all it is. There is no good reason for H-1Bs in America, period. And then anytime somebody like Trump goes on and says, we don't have smart enough people here, ooh, let me take a bite of salad. Why don't you all tell me what you think I'm thinking about what old Trump has said about Americans not being smart enough? Not as smart as them foreigners with their H-1Bs. This is ASMR of Casey eating a crunchy salad and talking crap about politics in a nonpartisan way. You're welcome if you're tuning into 104.7 The River. Man, is that a thing? Is that like a John Tesh thing from back in the day? Do you guys remember John Tesh riding around with your parents back in the day? What did he do? What was the name of his show? Was it The River? Who'd you like smooth things? John Tesh. People call in with their inspiring stories of love. and this is funny, isn't it? Please tell me somebody remembers this stuff. Entertainment Tonight. Oh, was that John Tesh? 101.5 The River. Eat the salad. I'll eat the salad. You're like my grandma with tosser salad. Come on. I don't actually know what that means. Is that a gay thing or does that just means to shag somebody? I don't know. If the Skunk Works guys were still alive, they'd be laughing at Trump. Casey knows it's true. And yeah. Oh man, somebody should never have let Donald Trump sleep in a giant sleep. That's what it was. That's what it was. He went camping. They gave him a giant sleeping bag, but it was just a test bag for Doritos. Trump slept in a sleeping bag. It was a giant Dorito bag. He's like, you know what? This is a great camping adventure. I kind of like the color orange. That's how it happened. Pillow Talk 100.3. Oh, tossed salad means to eat an A, huh? I didn't know that. Is that what that means? Okay. I am innocent. Dang it. We are the reason cannabis is illegal worldwide. We should legalize across the board and export to take advantage of the already excessive tariffs. Everybody goes richer. No, they don't. Everybody comes a pothead. I tried pot once. It was with a whole group of friends, and somebody that we were close to died in a motorcycle accident. And we were playing pool and drinking, and one dude was a pothead, and that was the one time I tried pot. There you go. We're learning stuff together. Yes, honesties. Somebody says gay. Why? Because I didn't smoke pot enough. Salad, cream. Why are we talking about? No more talking about tossed salads. By the way, this is a T-shirt that says. Is there a T-shirt that says what? Kick A and I'm here to kick A and eat A or something like that? Which is kind of like the old Harley Davidson shirt. On the back it says, "If you can read this, my bitch fell off," which I think is funny. I also have a T-shirt that I never wear in public. It's got a roaring tiger on it, like a hissing cobra, and it says, "Every zoo is a petting zoo if you're not a little bitch." I really think that's funny. I genuinely think that's funny. I wore that car sprint car racing because I felt like that was the one appropriate place to wear a T-shirt like that. What do you guys think? Somebody says that I should run for something. I don't know if somebody who publicly learns what tossed salad means and makes jokes about T-shirts that says, "If you can read this, my bitch fell off," can run for office. Can you run for office and be that real? The devil's lettuce. This man sleeps like the dead. Deal with it. Okay, you sleep like the dead. I don't sleep like the dead. I sleep like a guy that works until midnight to 2 in the morning most nights of the week. I'm here to kick ass and chew bubblegum. Yeah, that's the right one. And I'm all out of bubblegum. Okay. Was that the dude with the glasses that would see like aliens? Was that one? Here to take names and kick ass. Why did I come up with the T-shirt of the other? I'm terrible. When you ride those bikes, not in the winter. I don't know. When I want to punch my man card and go out and enjoy life a little. I do like motorcycles. This one is a custom I'm building. There was a student of mine years ago who wanted to build a custom motorcycle, and so I helped him do that. And I thought I should build one. We could do it together and be fun. So I bought this wrecked Ducati for $600. That was in a body shop, and I built this. I backdated a '90s Ducati Super Sport to be like an early '70s bike with the old Super Sport tail and nose and changed the tank. But I never rebuilt the carbs or wired it or anything. So I'm taking some time to do that this winter, finally, and ride it. So I'm looking forward to that. Cody Nicholas, howdy, dude. Thanks for the super chat. You should ask a question or say anything funny. Okay, let me eat some more salad. Maybe you guys will think of something great to talk about. But this video was just, I just wanted to be real with you and see if you enjoy doing a live stream. I'm enjoying it because I don't get to talk to anybody. Just rant from Crazy Mom Garage. It's a weird one-way relationship. Keep in mind, I don't necessarily actually know you. Thank you for informing the people. I'm here to inform. Thank you, Shadow 1869 Night Crew. It sounds like the Night Man. Day Man, fighter of the Night Man, master of karate, a friend's gift for everyone. Day Man. Do you guys know what I'm talking about here? Please tell me you do. Don't give up, KJ. All right, so let's think of something to talk about. I can't keep doing these ridiculous rant videos. YouTube's absurd. It's not actually the real world. But we are controlled. We are propagandized. We are programmed. We're being set up. We're absolutely being set up. And you wonder, how do you push back? So let's do a hypothetical wonderment here. This will probably get me in trouble. I'm gonna do it anyway. Federal level, Washington, right? Washington, D.C., White House, that kind of crap. Okay. Is the solution that local and state get real people in there and we just go to Washington, D.C.? Is that the solution? Because I actually wonder if that might work. Is that the most realistic thing? Is the problem the United States is just too effing big? Because a lot of our states are like European countries or bigger. So is that more like what we need to be doing? Should the United States just split up into the states? Dude, we should just. What do you think? Put some love in the chat. Let's go. I agree. What was your MOS in the Air Force? MOS. What was your MOS in the Air Force? I was not in the Air Force. I have not served. I have loads of family going back to the 1800s that have served in virtually every branch of the military and are currently serving, and lots of friends, but I did not. Let's see. From Alex. Face save. Cars. A great ad to show. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. I can't see it. A great ad to show what your country can achieve. Ukrainians will sell their souls to be seen as Germans because of BMW and become tools of soft power as a result. This is why I'm afraid of Chinese cars rolling through Mexico City. That's actually a really interesting statement. Yeah, the Germans hardcore wanted to tell us what they could have achieved. Wait, let me rephrase this. I was talking about the Germans making really exceptional automobiles. For a long time, the Germans were trying to tell the world the positive things they're capable of doing. We hear you guys. Best car ever. The Chinese. What do you think of the Chinese? They can make nice things. I don't. It's not my culture. You know? I don't know. I don't want to comment. I don't like that they fake everything. They just rip everything off. It's like another planet. An annoying planet. This person writes, CBs. CB as in like the old naval aircraft people. Enjoy your vids, Casey. Any advice on making money outside the system? Define the system. Like illegally? Would like to know how you see opportunities in today's world. Best regards. In terms of making money outside the system, I really I don't know. I wouldn't even know where to begin with that. That's not really what I think about because I try to be an actual person in society. It's like it's like playing fair even in the face of other people cheating. Like, don't start cheating yourself. I guess it's a sportsmanship thing. Um, but anyway, sorry, I was thinking. How do I see opportunities in today's world? Oh God, man, it's not good. It's not good. I think you either have to be giant or tiny. I don't think there's any in between. If you're tiny, you kind of have to have a good niche to make it and stay not under the radar. That's the wrong word, but like not that you're going to get forcibly bought out or destroyed by some corporation or billionaire or something. So you're either stuck there or big, which is funny because it kind of relates to the only two real socioeconomic class that exists anymore in America: the elite bastards that like to manufacture people like Vivek that do nothing and just become wealthy for nothing to ruin all of our lives and destroy law in America. Um, yeah, or everybody else. I don't know, man. I don't know where to go anymore. We live in a weird time of history. You got to be good at something. You got to be good at something. You got to be more than a job, and you got to assess the situation and see if something's possible and go about it in the right steps to test and see if something will work. And you may find something that works. You may see a need, and you have to believe in yourself enough to go after it, but be genuine enough with yourself to know, can I really do this? Germans are the first in electric cars in 1888. They were also the first to invent the car in the 1800s as well. From Viller at 86. Oligarchs Anonymous. The first step is admitting that you have a problem. That's funny. So Russia is interesting. So Ukraine war back when people were talking about, oh, well, the positive thing about it for the United States is we're depleting the Russian war machine. Okay, that's a statement. I could see that as having some probability and maybe value, but like, are we doing that on purpose because you want to for some other reason? Um, and I was hearing a lot of things about corruption in the late Soviet Union, especially in Russia, where it was like corruption taking money out of the military and they don't have the weapons they think they do because it was all like thieved. I don't know if that's true because we get propagandized like crazy in the West. What do you guys think of Russia, honestly? An old Putin? I'd like to know. Be honest. Tell me what you think. Mm, the killdozer lives on. Wait a minute. Let me see if I know how to use this properly. I hope I'm not missing anybody. Oh, this person writes, please look up the grand solar minimum. Every 200 years, it brings severe climate shifts, crop failures, and global instability. Understanding this cycle explains much of today's chaos, and your influence could help others see it. Huh. From Cody Nicholas. That's interesting. You know, there are interesting natural big phenomena that happen. We don't think about that stuff. And I think it's worth realizing that things do happen in history and just paying enough attention that you don't drive yourself crazy. But you know, you're aware of potential things. So that's interesting. We can look at that up. Here. Thank you for being awesome, Casey. Much appreciated. And that comes from Saudi Arabia. Very cool. By the way, Saudi Arabia, pretty neat kingdom actually. Actually, I got a book. Check this out. I got a lot of books, but here's one. You guys are gonna read stuff into this. Don't be this. Can we just not be tribal politics? Can we be people that look at other? But I bought this book actually because I was curious of the history and culture of Saudi Arabia. It's very interesting. Um, my absolute favorite all-time movie is actually Lawrence of Arabia. So I don't know. You know, sometimes movies we like, wherever you are in the world, helps somebody go. You know, that's interesting. I want to know more. So anyway, interesting. enjoy visiting there one day. Actually, I kind of want to tour Saudi Arabia on a motorcycle. Does that sound cool to anybody? I think that would be cool. When I was in Dubai, actually, I was up in the Jebel Mountains, Jebel J, um, which is like, oh, I hope I don't screw this up. It's like right up by the Strait of Hormuz, um, in Oman, by the border, on this road where you can kind of drive as fast as you want. And there were some dudes riding Harleys across country, and they were from Saudi Arabia, and they were cool. They were cool Saudi Arabian Harley riders. And I came by and I'm like, hey, this is from my home country. And they were super cool. They're like, they got a cigar. They're like sitting on my bike. We take picture. They were so proud of their Harleys. I don't know. I thought that was really cool, endearing, just reminds us all the world is not as big as we think. And more often than not, people have things in common. And the left and right is just a bullshit lie to keep us all fighting. I'm tired of that. A beautiful Arabian horsey, Kilroy was here. What are we saying? Casey, many topics you posted on, I have been saying to deaf ears for years. Glad your channel reached many. Great man, and you are for speaking your mind with truth. I appreciate that. Actually, I got invited this coming Monday to speak at a community thing where there's a bunch of people like rallying together about data centers, and they invited me to speak because of my data center video and all. And that's totally cool. And it was funny because actually the woman just brought me back and she's, yeah, I talked to the pastor of the church and he saw your video and he just wondered if you could consider your environment and keep it respectful. And I'm like, I will be happy not to use expletives and be reasonable. Yes, I can do that. Which is, it's not funny, but it's kind of funny in an endearing sort of way. And I'm glad they asked. I think that's respectful and appropriate. If I was a pastor at a church or any church member, I would not want to bring somebody in that just goes off on an expletive tirade like in a garage. But to be fair, with regard to the data center thing, we should be flipping tables and bringing out whips. So maybe I'll use that analogy. But I'll have to revert to a vocabulary with no colorful metaphors or obscenities. Dang. Anyway, so I'm going to do that. We'll see how it goes. It'll be interesting. Hopefully there's a nerd there that's pro AI data centers. I don't mean that mean, but it'll be an interesting night. Two things. Somebody says America has no government. I basically agree. We don't. We have a stage play. And somebody says, are you a Freemason? I agree. America has no functioning government. And am I a Freemason? No. I'm just not. And I'll say this. I could be if I want to be, but I can't figure out what they do. And like, I don't need to be part of a social club. That sounds kind of weird. But like, I don't know what they do. So why do I want to invest my time there? I guess the Shriners do like the Shriners Kids Hospital. Let's say there's some positive things, right? Some philanthropic things, helping the community. Cool. That's a cool thing. But like, I already do that. Regina's Garage. I don't have extra time. So let's say they're totally innocent, right? And a good thing. I don't have time. I'm already doing stuff to help people. So I'm not a Mason. And I don't know what they do. So that kind of doesn't sell it for me. I don't know. That's all I got. That's all I know. I don't know if that actually interests anybody. Masons do have homes for old people. That's nice. I like that. I like that. That's a good thing. I don't like what our country does for old people. I hate assisted living homes. I hate nursing homes. It's a machine to suck the money out of America and to treat old people like garbage. It's sad. It's wrong. It's terrible. Yeah, so I don't know that much about the Masons having things there, but if they do, that's nice. Hopefully it's a good thing. Bro, you already invented a life and world-changing car. Thank you. What's your point? Omega, mega, mega. Regarding the car. I do and will never be a Mason. Okay. Well, do share. What do the Masons do? Like now, like normal Masons in America or somewhere. What do they do? What are the levels? Like, Are there like normal ones? And then there's like, I really don't know. Okay. He is blue collar. Who's blue collar? Me? What's blue collar? What's white collar? White collar is basically the same as a suit. It's like one step down from suits. Suits don't do anything for society. They don't build anything. They're just the assholes that move money and manipulate things and people and pretend they're important. That's what a suit is to me. So, is a white collar person just a tamed down version of the suits that they do actual work? It's just office work, is my guess. And then blue collar, maybe it's all the same. Maybe the collars and the suits are just ways that we think we're better than everybody else. And blue collar people are the ones who work with their hands and build things. So let me ask you this question. Who's really better? We got suits, white collar, and blue collar. Suits create nothing, except they play the game of our society to have money and power for creating nothing. Okay, that's one. White collar people do actual necessary office work of various kinds of managed things. Okay, that's a thing. Blue collar people build shit that actually exists. Work, farm, move goods, drive trucks, rent fixed cars, build stuff, houses, buildings, bridges, infrastructure, man, stuff. Goddamn right. Weld, machine. I like the blue collar people. I just do. That's my that's I don't really have a tribe, but if I have a tribe, that's my tribe. I always get along the best with blue collar people, military people. Who else? I mean, smart people, but I like them the most. You know, the funny thing is, the blue collar people, especially like mechanics and military people that have been in and gotten out, they get enough traumas on a daily basis that they think, and they can think a lot. And so I think maybe the reason I'm more friends with blue collar and military people is because they can get shit done. They can take self responsibility. They're not afraid to have bloody knuckles or, get beat up if need be. Like they can actually work. They can calculate a risk and do something and accountability, help each other out. They can have a direct method of communication and a real sense of humor. I get that. Okay, anyway, that's enough. What do you guys think about that? Amish. That's interesting. They're great people, I hear. I think they could be great. Did you guys remember not that long ago, maybe 10, 15 years ago, there's like propaganda coming out in the form of like TV and stuff trying to make the Amish seem like horrible people? I'm wondering if there's more to that. Think about it. Blue collar, no collar. What does that mean? My collar is blue, but my neck is red. Hell yeah! Not sure. Look at that. Look at that. It's kind of a pink. It's winter, but I go from red to white to black, like a Neapolitan ice cream here. Yeah. Wait a minute. I like this long sleeve shirt. I'm not just white. I'm white. I'm luminous. If it's really dark outside, we don't need Rudolph with this red nose. I'll take my shirt off and light the way. Moonlight will bounce off of my forehead, which is good for an extra 10 knots top speed in an F4 Phantom. That's what my great uncle told me. The family hairline's good for an extra 10 knots top speed when he flew Phantoms. The only thing is that is a closed cockpit aircraft. So that raises some questions on how it does that. Well, who might argue with the Phantom pilot? I haven't been supersonic over Vietnam. You guys? Hairline like Jerry Rice. I don't know if it's good. Maybe should I just do more live videos and just like maybe do a political video like once a month or something? Do you like this? Does this have any value to society? This guy writes, I drive an 18-wheeler. I am just an American hero. Are you? You running beer from Texarkana? Actually, I got a buddy who's a trucker. I love talking shit with him. It's like my favorite thing to do. That's like our psychology session. That's therapy. He just comes over. We just start talking shit to each other for no reason. We'll just start yelling. It's like, hey, what? It's blue. The sky's blue outside. I don't give a damn. What? You know, we just start. It's fun. It's fun to start smiling. He yeah, that's fun. See, and you know if the other guy's having a tough day, right? You talk mad shit about like that, and one guy kind of quiet, doesn't match. You know, he's having a tough day. You know, that's how you know. That's how you get it out. If he can't talk constructive shit, that's how you know. That see, blue collar people got this figured out. Do you think Charlie Kirk's death was an inside job? I'll tell you this: his death by a leftist is worth a hell of a lot of money to the Republicans and a hell of a lot of money politically to Israel. So, and not worth anything to the left. So, you know, seems there's some motives. Maybe we ought to think about that. Maybe if the FBI's going to come out and tell us what happens, they should have their shit together better on details, make us actually believe what's going on. That's what I think. I don't care if you don't like my voice. That's the only way I can sing is talk about serious stuff like this. That I don't know. It's like, dude, the Charlie Kirk is. Oh my god. Any of y'all have a 30-06 rifle of some kind? You ever shoot that? Something other than paper? Say like a milk jug? Pop can? Go hunting? You know, shoot an engine block, Tannerite, whatever. Got a lot of kinetic power in there, don't you think? We got a shot here. Where's the exit wound? Why has he still got a neck left? Here's a question. Would a 30-06 round, if hit in the right place, right in the neck, would it blow the head damn near clean off? Or at least like flop it over? Right round? Come on, what do you got here? Yeah, I got some gun guys in here. First rifle was a 30-06. Damn. Well, Roderick Owers. First rifle was a 30-06. He learned to shoot it when he was 2.5 years old. His daddy said, son, you're potty trained. You're old enough to write your name in the snow. If you knew how to spell, I'm going to give you this 30-06. I like that man's family. Casey Push, what do you think about the recent changes to the EPA and CAFE standards in making small cars in the U.S.? Well, all right. There's a lot of things. EPA has too much power. CAFE standards can be a little ridiculous. We have too many regulations on cars, which makes them expensive and pointless and gets us way past where they should be. That's actually the betterment of people. You know, all these government agencies, any power made to like make our lives better or solve a problem, it's just so the government can have more power and control and money from the people. Because no government produces any money, they just take it from the people, which makes all of our lives worse. So I guess the question to ask is CAFE standards and EPA, are they making our lives better or worse? And what's keeping them in check to be reasonable human beings? And then my other question is, what person doesn't care about the environment to a reasonable amount? Why is that a political thing? You know? And that's the left goes, you're goddamn it's not political thing. Climate change, Burka. Wow, you're sure collecting a lot of money and getting a lot of power from climate change. Mm-hmm. This person's right. Yes, let's talk about Freemasons. We already did that. Anybody got a big super chat? You can tell me a bunch of stuff to see. You want to talk about Freemasons? Go for it. I'll talk about it. I'm not going to talk about something I don't know, though. I'm only going to say what I observe, and I'm going to be objective and reasonable about talking about anything. And like I said that about Charlie Kirk. I'm like, his assassination by a leftist is damn valuable politically to the Republicans and to Israel. And look at how they capitalized on that afterward. And really fast and kind of organized. Actually, that's an interesting point. The amount of which it appears that both the Republican Party, or Republicans in general, and Israel related things capitalized immediately and well upon the Charlie Kirk thing. Would you say it's more like better effort and organization than the FBI actually telling us what's going on? Because I kind of just had that thought. Anyway, you're not allowed to think these things. Casey, no thinking. From Alex, I face safe. They make K cars illegal in my state. They did in Rhode Island. Why? Because they're small. Why can't you import them if they're over a certain age? Right? We're talking like the AutoZam and the Honda. What's the name? Green Puff or something. You know what I mean? The K cars. Can you get a Figaro? A Figaro? Is Nissan made that? K cars are the tiny little Japanese cars. Why do they make them illegal? I can drive a 1960s Mini Cooper around. It's just as little. Stupid. Stupid. Oh, this will be good. I just found out that Ben Shapiro praised the book I bought in 2020 called Debunking the 1619 Project. I don't know what any of that is. I have no comment. Okay. All right. Well, what time is it here, guys? Oh, wow. It's 12:56. How long have I been doing this? A while. Okay, so it's 1 o'clock. I've been having a lot of fun with you guys. I hope you did as well. I think I'm going to go soon. I really just wanted to bring up that, like, I don't want to keep doing this ranty stuff. I think it's constructive but not wholly. So I'm done just like running around like an idiot. I don't want to do automotive YouTube. It's dumb. It is fake and gay. I mean, I still will do car stuff, but I'm not going to do it to try to be a big deal. I'm only going to do it if I think it matters. Same thing with this other. So I guess I'm going to figure something out and do something. Obama pissed me off and lied to everybody. The left has been lying to everybody about cars, so I made the Omega car. American educational system sucks. We're not helping anybody good get anywhere. We keep them all down. That's why I did Genius Garage. And then our president in the back lied to everybody's face and say Americans aren't smart enough. That's why we need H-1Bs. That's an absolute lie. They're all spitting in our face, even though I did Genius Garage, which there's no support for. And I don't know. YouTube and social media now is garbage. So I guess I'm going to have to find something else out to do. Oh, somebody wants to talk about Tartaria. Oh, that's a subject, sir. Okay. Well, my friends, that's all I got. I'm just going to let this go for a little bit longer and eat my salad. And if you got something cool to say it. Otherwise, you can talk smack to each other in the comments. And you can watch me eat a salad until I apparently have some value to bring to you. Asking the companies that hire Genius Garage grads to be kind and sponsor the students. Yeah. After I go through 1,000,001 HR CEO bullshit emails and stuff, wasting my whole life away, they'll donate $500. Or the CEO will have a small amount of money donated like it's a big deal, and then tell us where he wants us to go so we can parade us around like they're helping and doing a big deal when they're not. They're not going to do shit. No company gives a crap out anybody. No CEO has a pair of balls other than the money he own makes. They're all gutless corporate losers, don't care about anybody or the future. Somebody writes, okay, well, don't build the Omega car. They won't let you. In all caps. Well, one, I already built it and nobody stopped me. But that's a silly thing to say because what do you want me to build? You want me to build a big factory? I don't have any money. I can't even find an investment to do a material startup company. do everything from home goods to car parts and stuff. I already know how to acquire a car company and then change it to be better while meeting regs now and make a better product. There's no direction. All the money out there now for private equity investment stuff is only going into AI. It's only going into the AI bubble because none of these fucks give a damn about actually creating anything better. They just want power and money, easy. And I've come to despise private equity. Losers. They're just losers that made money. Private equity is nothing more than people who sold a company, made a bunch of money. Now they don't know what to do with themselves. So they want to use their money to make more money doing the same thing. So they look for quick ways to make money, gut things out, ruin culture, ruin jobs. They don't care. They just want money. It's pathetic. Go do something with your life. Find some meaning and value in society. You suck. I'm not wealthy, and I've done more than these assholes have done. Can I retrofit an existing car to be an Omega car? No. No. Also, it kind of disappoints me when people see the Omega car and it gets the numbers and everything it is, and they're like, "What is your magic trick with the engine that makes it does those things? Can you put your engine in my 1985 Chevy truck? Get that kind of 100 miles a gallon real fast?" No. Why does the car do those things? You want to know what's secret about it? Just look at it. Here's your first clue. Just look at it. Why do people complicate things so much? Like students in Genius Garage, they never get this. I think school does this to them. This is where school ruins people. I'll ask them a question because I want them to have an aha moment and understand a concept. That could be engineering or anything. And I ask them a question and they get nervous and try to give me this long ass complex answer to sound smart. I'm like, no, stop. Simplest answer is the right one. It could just be like a one word answer is right. Like the simplest, dumbest seeming answer is usually the right one. And that blows their minds and they like think I'm some kind of idiot. It's like they've literally been conditioned to be complicated idiots in school and not get things. It's weird. It's a weird effect. Like I kind of wish you guys could just follow me around Genius Garage for a week and see when these moments pop up because it's amazing. It's really like if you can literally see these students' minds have been programmed by the stupidity of school, and they can't even have the intelligence to just think of the simplest answer because they're afraid it's going to sound dumb, even though it's right. Have you guys experienced this? A truck can haul everything, a car can just haul ass. Well, that may be true in a metaphorical type of way, but I would say yes to you, sir. Remember one thing. I can sleep in my car, but I can't drive my house. That's Casey wisdom right there. Maybe I should have done that. That's stupid wisdom. But I do remember when I was a little kid in the 80s, I thought an F40 was cool. And I told my dad, Dad, can we buy a Ferrari F40? He's like, no, we can't afford it. We would have to sell everything we own and live in the car. And I don't even know if we could afford that. That's what he said. I'm like, and I thought about it as a kid. I'm like, can we do that? Which is sad. Let's think about this. My father, despite working his ass off his whole life, genuinely, we never got to go on vacations. If he did sell everything he owned at that time to buy an F40 and just worked as a bartender, He would be wealthier today by owning that F40 than working his ass off as a solid American. And I think when we realize how this game is actually played, we should be really fucking pissed off. And I think it's time that we legally make all of the politicians' lives a living fucking hell on earth of accountability. Something else I'll tell you. As a blue-collar type of person who works on shiny, fancy things now and then, I'm going to give you this other thought. Couple of them. Your time is worth the same amount, whether you're working on a $1,500 Toyota Camry or a $100 million Ferrari. They exist. If you're going to be allowed to. Then there's two sides to that. One, if you can focus your time on anything that will move your life forward more, that makes sense. That's why, being an automotive YouTuber, I've tried to tell people all these modifications on your car is stupid unless it's for a purpose and the money and investment going in is worth it, which is not in the case of a street car. If you modify the heck of a street car, you're never getting your money or your time back. And then people, the argument, well, it's fun. I'm like, yeah, that's the same argument for doing drugs. You don't do that either, right? You're just hurting yourself. The other point to make that about that is, and this bothered me because I worked on fancy cars for people. I hate it. I hate it. I won't do it. I won't do it. I will not work on fancy ass sports cars for rich guys anymore. Ferraris, Lamborghinis, doesn't matter. And here's why. They don't appreciate you. You have massive liability and risk. If one idiot drops a washer down the wrong place and you trash a $100,000 engine, it'll take you the next 2 months to build. You're on the hook to this rich guy who now hates you. Devalues the car. Maybe they'll sue you because it devalues the car, even though you fix it perfectly. If you accidentally scratch it walking by, you just destroyed any money you make on working on the thing, and now you're paying to fix it, and they hate you. And you're so damn intelligent that you have to figure out a complex old system like a complicated Ferrari that you could be working as an aerospace engineer or mechanic. Oftentimes cars owned by people that are idiot trust fund babies and stuff that have done nothing with their lives, that'll fuck with your head. But you know, if you make let's say you make $100, it's nice even picking, say $100 an hour. You make $100 working on $100 an hour working on a Corvette. But let's say it's a $10 million fancy Ferrari race car with all techie whiz bang stuff. Maybe it's a $50 million vintage car. You're still going to get paid $100 an hour. Something seem wrong with that? Maybe not. But I choose not to work on fancy things for other people because I'm not your indentured servant slave bitch. Go fuck yourself. I'll build a product and sell it that I think is nice, but I'm tired of it. I'm tired. I'm tired of being used, abused, manipulated. I'm tired of our entire culture being that way. I'm tired of our communities being used, abused, and manipulated from these data centers coming in and all these sick politicians and these stupid tech bro billionaire pieces of garbage. I hate them. I hate them. I'm in Ohio, and with the fiery, burning passion of 1,000 suns, I hate Vivek Ramaswamy's existence. I hate what he's about. I hate this guy being shoved up all of our asses. I hate it all. It's a farce. It's fake. It's gay. It's evil. It's wrong. I hate it. It all ties in together. Okay, that's all I got. Anybody got anything fun? Yeah, this is our town hall. Me too. Deuteronomy 32. I should darn it. I took the Bible out of here. It's in the other room. What's Deuteronomy 32 mean? Tell me. Okay. I'm not going to look it up on the computer. That seems wrong. Although if you tell me it's coming from the computer, so that seems wrong. Somebody flip actual pages and be a human being. The rich know how to manipulate. Of course they do. Doesn't mean they're bad, but a lot of them are. It is annoying that like the sociopath, pathological, manipulative tendencies are the ones lead to people becoming in big positions of power and money. That's really a horror show. That's actually one of the places I think our society breaks down in general. Um, I don't know if you can really fix that so easy, but that really is one of the that's one of the flaws of our society. Is God's to avenge? Is that the Deuteronomy one? Ooh, open a new shop, GFY Garage. Yeah. I told rich people to GFY. I really have. All right, pick up your car. I'm done. Ooh, let's talk about it. No. Pick it up, GFY. Mm-mm. Nope. Nope. You're going to treat me like a human being with respect or pick up your car in GFY. I don't care. Trying to send a $100 super chat, but it keeps making you edit and won't send. Well, sir, say what you need to now and be so kind as to go to the Genius Garage website for the nonprofit and just donate that $100 directly to the nonprofit. You'll even get a write-off. Actually, I don't like asking for money. I'm not an asking for money kind of guy because I'm going to be self-responsible and I'll take care of myself if need be. But if anybody feels happy enough from this or inspired by anything going on and saying, will you please consider going to the Genius Garage website? I think it's geniusgarageracing.com, and there's a place where you can donate money. That goes to the nonprofit. That's literally the only way. Keep the lights on, can give any of the students an opportunity. I don't get paid. It can't be done. And right now, it entirely rests upon my own two shoulders. And I was already up till like 2 a.m. working last night. So it actually helps a lot. So if anybody's moved, go to Genius Garage and help out. Even a little bit helps. Okay. I think I'm going to go, guys. This was fun. Thank you. Have a great day.